Right, today I'm going to review this Hawke Frontier 2.5 to 15 scope. This is the front, like I said, the Frontier one, which is their premier range. Really nice, really good scope. It's not got all the bells and whistles of the adjustable multi-click turrets, where you can adjust for different ranges and things on the turrets, because this is aimed at hunters. And to be honest with you, those multi-click turrets where you can adjust the drop and all the rest of it, really unnecessary. If you're out in the hunting field with an air rifle, if you set it up to 35 yards, if that's use that as your 0 point, you're only going to need to know 2 compensation points on your mil-dot reticule, something like, say, for roughly about 20 yards, and then out to about 45 yards. At 10 yards, it should be roughly the same as 35 yards, because obviously your pellet's going as an arc, a curve. So, in short, much more useful. These turrets don't snag. You know, they're nice and low profile, keep the rifle nice and flat, and all in all, really useful. They've got a slight rubberized finish to make it easy to click when you're setting them up, and they're nice and stiff, so they lock in place. They're not going, once you've set them up, they're not going to move. Put them down. So in short, much more useful than the top ones, unless you field target shooting, in which case those obviously are useful. But for hunting, waste of time. The idea with hunting is you're supposed to be nice and still. When you get on something, you want to have as little movement as you possibly can, so you don't want to be twiddling around with setting your click stops on this to move your reticule around. Really, you just want to be nice and still, look through the sight and compensate with the reticule, with the mil-dots. That's what they're there for. So once you've set your sights up, learn your ranges, bit of practice on knowing what your hold over or hold under is on your reticule, and that's it. It's simple. This has got parallax. Let me just take these lens caps off. Parallax adjustable from out to infinity. It actually, this one is the 2.5 mag up to 15, and this one, the reason I chose this one is this one actually, you can parallax comes down to about 8 yards. They do a different version, which is a slightly higher magnification, but the parallax on that doesn't set down to, I think it sets down to a minimum of about 20 yards. So it's not as handy for air gunning. Plus the fact that 15 times mag, if you're using it for hunting, that's the most you're ever going to need. I tend to leave mine on 5 anyway, which really, you know, is plenty enough. 50mm objective lens, really good optics. These have got 22 coatings on them. ED glass, which is extra low dispersion glass, so that they don't get any chromatic aberrations on them. And the lens quality is fantastic. The actual whole quality of the scope is brilliant. Nitrogen purged, waterproof, fog proof, shock proof. I'm not sure whether you'll be able to see the reticule on this. You probably won't. It's quite difficult to focus in on it, actually, to be honest with you. But it's got a really good reticle on it. It's like a one that they've specially designed for the Frontier range of scopes. It's really good. Lots of holdovers, and they're numbered as well, which helps you remember what you're doing. Because, you know, it just makes life so simple, because you should only need to remember 2 really. If you set up 35 yards, you'd be able to remember one for maybe 40 yards, one for 20 yards, and at 10 yards it should be where you've zeroed in at 35 yards because of the arc of the pellet. So it's fairly straightforward. Again, nice and rubberized on the zoom, and it's fairly stiff. Well, it's not stiff, but it's got a bit of, you know, you need a bit of effort to twist it, so it's not going to sort of spin around and work itself loose or just spin of its own accord. Rubberized eyepiece, again nice and stiff, so once you've set it up, you know that's going nowhere, you're not going to move it. Anodized, one piece anodized body, it's a 30mm tube, and top quality. Yes, it hasn't got the huge side wheel adjustment and the multi-adjusting turrets and all the rest of it that you see on some scopes, but you're paying a premium for those, when really for hunting all you need is optical quality is the main thing, and this has got superb optical quality. Those lenses are brilliant, they really are. It's at least as good as some of the German and American scopes that cost what, twice as much. It's not a cheap scope, but for the money you're getting an absolute steal. It is an absolute corker. I've had it on a couple of rifles and it's been brilliant. So there it is, Hawke Frontier 2.5 to 15. Brilliant, index matched lenses, 22 coatings, extra low dispersion glass, fantastic light gathering qualities are brilliant. What more do you want? As a hunting scope, it's fantastic. Yes, it's not got the multi-adjustable turrets, it's not got a big side wheel, but if you buy a scope with that and you're primarily intending to use it hunting, you will find within a couple of weeks of using it that you don't use any of those features because they're just, you know, unnecessary on an air rifle, really. Okay, thank you for watching. Keep your eye out for more to come soon.